PennsylvaniaBeer.com and Bison Beverage of Lewisburg presents Beer Time.
Beer Time. And I'm your host, Scott Bernstein, and I'm with Chad Evans, the producer.
Great to see you, Scott.
Good to see you, my man.
What do we got on tap today?
Hey, we got Rusty Rail, and since it's a beautiful fall day, Rusty Rail Caramel Groove. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Hey! Oh, great catch. I'm sorry, I came up short.
That was a terrible
I should throw a
throw.
little longer. Kept your feet in. Good man.
Of course.
Okay, so I'm going to put these here, and I'm going to crack this one open, and I am with the beautiful, the lovely, the vivacious Amy the Cougar. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Scott. How are you?
Good. You look great.
Oh, thank you. Just for you.
It's good to bring a woman, Chad, into the room.
This is nice.
You're our first female guest.
Okay.
Yes. Look at the color on this. Now, you're currently at Rusty Rail.
Yes, been
Here,
there
bring
for-
that glass over here. Let's share
Okay,
this here.
yes.
It's a big boy beer.
I've been at the rail for almost 10 years.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, my longest relationship.
Now, give us a little of your resume. Where have you been? I've known you for over 25 years.
Yeah, a long time. Yep, absolutely. And I've known Chad for a very long time as well.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, so I started.
I spelled.
Oh,
How long did that take?
Probably, I'm going to say late 90s. I started at a smaller bar in Herndon. I was 15.
Where was this?
Oh, it was at the White Oak.
Yeah,
the White
that's
Oak.
south of Herndon towards Dalmatia.
Yep.
I've been there. Yeah.
And I had a friend that was bartending there that got me in, and just basically popping bottles. It wasn't anything fancy at the time, paid me under the
You
table.
had
so
to be
that
super
kinda-
young.
Yeah, I was 15.
Woo.
Yeah, I was young.
Wow.
But I've always wanted to be a bartender my whole life. Just I remember growing up, being like 5 years old. My dad was in a band. We always had band
What was
practice.
the band?
Black Mountain Jack.
Do you know Black Mountain Jack?
I've heard of
Mountain
Black
Jack.
Mountain Jack.
Yeah.
What do you play?
He was lead singer and played guitar.
Oh, really?
For years, yes.
Oh,
But I mean,
fantastic.
bands throughout the years when I was younger, and they'd always have band practice at our house.
Uh-huh.
And I was always the kid running around taking orders for beer. Let me
Oh
go
my
get,
God,
get
that
you
is
this,
so
get
funny.
you that. And I'm like, I love doing this. And then just kind of throughout my life, tried other things, did other things, went to nursing school. And here I am, bartending. 'Cause
Now,
that's my
I've
love.
done-
It's my passion.
I first met you at BJ's.
Yes. So I went from the White Oak,
Mm-hmm.
and then I worked at the Golden Corral for a little bit, but that was
Golden Corral, that's
that
not
was
you.
Whatever, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
So then went to BJ's. After BJ's, I went to Maddie's, which was Damon's at the time.
Absolutely. I
And
remember
was
you there.
for about 5 years, and then I went to the Lewisburg Hotel, and I was there for about 5-6
Dale
years.
still has that place, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got recruited into working for the Rusty Rail through Rich when Rich was there. And Mish was there. He was the head brewer. Mm-hmm. If you remember, you know Mish, I think.
I think
do,
so.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Know the
then
name.
I started working there, and I'm still there, and I love it.
Now, you've given this beer a try, I'm sure.
Yes.
You've tried all the beers there.
I do try all the
Now,
beers.
this is your first time working at a microbrewery.
Yes, it is.
All right, so you-
and it's still learning. Every day
I
I
want to
learn something
imagine.
new.
And they have
Yeah.
what, about 15
Yeah.
flavors?
13 on draft at a time, but they're always brewing more.
Yeah, we have
Like-
about 5 or 6 flavors we keep at the Bison Beverage in Lewisburg.
Yeah.
And this is the new one out, Caramel Groove, Caramel Green Apple Sour.
Yes, it's selling very
You
well.
can
People
taste
love
it all, and it's a lot lighter than I thought. I thought
Yeah.
it was going to be kind of like, sticks to your hands kind of thing. It's not. It
It's
sticks
not.
to your ribs.
It's got a great flavor. Yeah, that's on tap right now.
pretty
Sometimes they brew. We have huge distribution is huge and it's growing. Excuse me. But sometimes there's beers that will kind of bypass the pub. We don't get them on draft there, and they go right out for distribution.
Oh, wow.
So then I have to go find them so I can try them. And then
Well, you get that every now and then. Like last night, we had New Trail in for our tastings for our Thirsty Thursdays. And they had a beer that they had canned that you can only get in kegs, that they're eventually, it's going to replenish that's out there. So they brought me a can, but they're only using it in kegs right now. So I guess when you go through the transformation of one beer to another, you're going through these processes.
yeah,
So now, bartending,
yes,
it's a science.
it is.
Now, you do mix drinks out at the Rusty Rail.
Sure.
But all the other places you worked at, the beer wasn't the main focus.
Correct.
You know, you had everything going on.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever go to school for it? Do you get a certificate?
No.
I mean, how's this all work?
You can go to school for it and get a certificate. For me, though, I was a server at BJ's in the beginning and then bumped over to bartending, and that's where I just jumped in hands-on, and you learn as you go. And over time, and like I said, I've been doing this 28 years, you learn as you go, and you never stop learning.
Did you ever have to take the ramp test and all that kind
I
of
take
stuff?
that. I keep that up to date because I do bartend private parties and weddings.
That's right.
Yeah, so I have to have that for liability insurance reasons.
Well,
It helps.
Chad's going to be out your way tonight. You've got your dinner theater.
Yeah, I got a dinner theater, murder mystery dinner theater at Rusty Rail tonight.
Oh,
sold
man.
I
out.
did
It's
hear
sold
about-
out.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's okay.
Yeah.
The next one that
That's
comes
awesome.
around, man, I got to get to see it.
Yeah, you
I got
have
to
to
get
come
to
out.
see it. I know you do a lot of them.
I want to know, bartenders have crazy stories.
Yes.
Amy, what's
Yes.
a good crazy story that you can share, or a couple crazy stories?
Okay. Well, I'll start with one that I can think off the top of my head, and this was probably 12 years ago. I was working at the Lewisburg Hotel, and a lot of people will come in after weddings and have receptions there, and there's rooms there, so they would stay. And there was a bride that had been there, and you could tell she had been drinking all day, and she was at the bar, and she had probably 2 drinks, and seemed a little more than drunk, like just off her rocker.
2 that
Might
you
have
saw.
been, yeah.
But
Might have
there
been
was probably
some-
22
might-
before it.
or something else in the mix
Ooh,
going
nice.
on there.
Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
so she was
Hey,
sitting
now.
there and in her seat, and she was holding her beer and just was like, one of these.
Oh, no.
And fine, they're staying there. She's got family with her and stuff, but she ended up sitting her drink down on the bar, and I took it. And then when she realized I took it, she was like, "Where'd my drink go?" And I was like, "Honey, I have to cut you off. Like, you're done for the night. If you go up to your room and do whatever you do, but you're done down
So
here."
when you close your eyes, you're done.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the bartender's
that's-
responsible.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We call them VIPs, visibly intoxicated patron, and that is.
I've been a
that is-
VIP my whole
That
life.
is a no for me. So then she all of a sudden, boom, just got irate, came up over the bar, tried to choke me.
The
I mean,
bride.
if I
She get her
wouldn't-
hands on you?
If I wouldn't have stepped back and been quick to react, she would have got me.
Oh.
So, I mean, full in her bridal gown.
Cat fight.
Yeah.
Woo, wow.
So, not in a good way.
Well.
So then her husband was already passed out in the room, so he wasn't anywhere to be seen. But her
I
father.
bet they're an amazing couple.
Yeah. So her father came to the rescue and was like, "Whoa, you need to, chill out. She's doing her job." And it took all he had to get her halfway up the steps to her room, where I was told, I didn't see this, you go up a flight of steps and then there's a platform and it turns and goes up another flight. Well, she stopped on the platform and laid down and did some snow angels on the carpet
Oh, Jesus.
in her wedding dress.
Jesus
and then they
Christ.
finally
Yeah.
Sounds like a good wedding in Shamokin,
finally
actually.
got her.
Yeah. Is that how that works?
Nice little Tuesday.
they finally got her to her room, and that was the last I saw of her. But I mean, no harm, whatever.
No
That's
harm,
what
no
it was.
foul.
Yeah, no harm, no foul.
Now, when someone, the problem I have, I did this once, and I will never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at the Lewisburg Town Tavern.
Okay.
And it was a packed house, and you're just trying to get the attention of the bartender. And I went like this. Big no-no, I found out. You
Yeah.
can't do that. You can't do that.
What
So-
what did she say? I'm assuming it was a she. They're mostly female
Yes,
bartenders.
I would say it was Chrissy. And
Okay.
Chrissy came up to me and she said very nicely, "Scott, you don't do that. I'd
Yeah.
rather see you do this
Oh yeah.
than to do this."
Yeah.
And I go, "Okay." So for the next year, every time I ordered, it was this.
That's hilarious.
And she ran over and got me my drink.
Yeah.
Now, what is the proper way to do it? Do you just put it out there?
Yes, that is the proper way to do it. Just
Put it
sit
out
it
front.
forward. If
Okay,
you're
yeah.
and it, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's
You're
empty.
set.
I put it
this
out
is
there.
like the edge of the bar. Yep. I'm always watching, looking for who needs a drink or who needs whatever. And if your
Okay.
beer's sitting closer to the edge of the bar for me, I know you want another one. And
Okay,
if,
so when you're done,
Yep.
what do? You put the napkin
top.
thing on top,
Yes.
and that says you're
That's it.
out.
That's you're
okay,
done.
that's
Yeah.
etiquette. Do they have that in the coal regions?
Oh, it's
Same
all-
etiquette?
It's everywhere is etiquette.
Is that
in the
etiquette
coal region.
everywhere?
Yes. Yeah.
Amy,
yeah.
I gotta ask
Yeah.
you. So, as a female bartender,
Yes.
I'm sure you get approached by maybe some over assertive men.
Yes.
No,
in
never.
the industry, sitting
Come
there
on.
drinking. How do you approach maybe some uncomfortable situations?
I play it off. I'm very good at shutting things down quickly if I need to in a fun manner.
Yeah.
But
Well, you
or
do
if
everything
Or
fun.
if I'm feeling extra flirty that day, I might just go with it.
Yeah.
And you know, how you doing or whatever.
Hey, baby.
Or a lot of times, because I am the cougar that I
Yes.
am, I just simply say, you're too old for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
But yeah, I've had some propositions. Some
Any real good and decent proposals?
I have had somebody ask to buy my bra and underwear before.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what
for-
was your
for like
response?
Absolutely not.
No?
No, they're expensive.
that cribs?
No. I mean, over the years in different places I've worked, I mean, things like that have happened. But I'm always good at handling those situations.
Absolutely. You've always been a delight. Wherever I've seen you,
Thanks.
we
Thank
became
you.
friends, and it
Yeah.
was just like, oh, Amy's there. It's a good time. You know
she
it's a
has
good
that
time.
personality, man.
Absolutely.
I love
Amy's
people.
awesome.
I love working with people.
Absolutely, and that's the art of it, because we're all in our phones all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, have you ever like walk up to the bar and you got 10 people there and 9 out of 10 are on their phones?
Yeah.
What's that do to you?
Well, I'll go by and say, how are you guys today? And if I don't get a response, then I wait a couple minutes, just watch, see if they're putting their phone down or whatever. And
Sure.
sometimes people are doing business or whatever with work or texting a friend, seeing if they're coming to meet them. I try not to like be too pushy with it, because
Right.
if they really wanted a drink right now, they would say so.
Sure.
So I usually give it a minute, and then if they're still on their phone, I'll just swing by, kind of push the beer menu in front of them, or hey, do you need a food menu too? Like, you know, what are you here for today? And then they'll typically get off their phones. But I do see a lot of couples that'll come in, maybe it's date night, don't even talk to each other.
Oh,
'Cause 'cause,
Jesus.
you know, they're just in their phones the whole time, and it's like, what's the point?
Exactly.
But it is what it
Well, let
is.
me ask you, this might be a difficult question, but do you have any regrets during your career?
No, I don't have any regrets any place that I've worked. But if I could go back to doing my bartending career differently in my 20s, I would definitely have traveled more. I would have worked at a tiki bar somewhere on the beach and just had fun with that. It would have
Have you ever been to a McShack's?
No, I have
No,
not been
the
to
world's greatest tiki
I've
bar.
heard of it.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
It's
I think I saw a
fantastic.
T-shirt one time.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
is that?
It's on the panhandle of Florida.
Okay.
And it's on the water, and it's beautiful. Old tiki style, only like 12 seats at the bar. Simple
Awesome.
menu.
Yeah, I could have definitely worked there.
You know,
That would have been fun.
That would have been perfect for you, huh?
Yeah, something like that. But I was always in love. I always had a boyfriend. Oh, I can't move or I can't do this because I'm in love. And
Oh,
blah,
but
blah, blah,
they
blah,
were
blah.
always so much younger.
I know. Well, that's
I've
the
noticed
way-
all your boyfriends are younger.
That's just the way I like it.
You're a cougar.
I can't help it.
Amy,
It's in my blood.
Amy, in your opinion,
Yes.
why is the job of a bartender so important?
So important. I think it's a wonderful way for people to get together and socialize, to relax, have a drink after work. Maybe you don't want to go right home. You need that in between. You need that downtime.
Couldn't agree more.
Here's the
I
thing,
think-
like I've been to a lot of bars and I might have a bad day.
Yes.
And I would go to some certain places, I'll leave the names out, but I would go to the bar, sit down, and the bartender would like, what do you want?
Right. No personality.
And
Oh, that's the worst.
it's just like, come on, what do you want?
Yeah.
Because the bar might be busy. What do you want?
Yeah. It's not warming.
And it's just like the bartender has a very unique opportunity to engage a person that might be having a really shitty day.
Yeah, you don't
and
know.
the only time they get to see somebody with some kind of pleasantry is a bartender that says, hi, how are you doing today? And it just kind of lifts everything up a little bit and makes everything better.
You
Just
know,
for
you
that split second.
bartended a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
We spoke about
I
this
love
earlier.
bartending. Yeah, loved it.
I've
But
never
that's-
bartended.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You
that-
should guest bartend somewhere. You'd be good at it.
have us at the rail.
I just don't know anything
Yeah.
about liquor. Like
Oh, it's
I'm not a
easy.
liquor person at
You
all. I
wouldn't
only
have
know
to come in-
beer.
I mean, if you did
I'm a
something
one-trick
like that
pony.
at the rail or a microbrewery, you wouldn't even have to deal with liquor. You could just do beer.
You know what?
serve beer.
If there's an event like that, sign me up.
Okay.
I'm in.
That'd be fun.
I'm in.
That'd be fun. But I can elaborate on what Chad just said. And typically, now there are times when I'm really busy and I don't get a chance, but I'm always very like, how's your day going? I typically try and get to know somebody's name, something about them, and something they like.
Right.
So I have something to talk about, and it helps me remember when they come back. And I might not remember your name, but I'll remember what you want to drink or what you drank.
I've noticed that. That's
and
amazing.
It's a magic
I
trick.
do try and remember the names, but I'm not very good at it. But I'll remember your face, what you want to drink, and I'll remember something about you to talk about.
That is
And
amazing how
that's
bartenders
important to me.
remember what you drink. It's phenomenal.
It is, because I don't remember what I did last week.
Right.
So
right.
it's hard for me. I don't understand, or it's not hard for me. I don't understand how it works, but it does.
Now, when you're bartending and you have a crowd and you're overwhelmed,
Yes, I love it. I love chaos.
you love chaos.
I love organized chaos, I should say.
I used to go to this place called the Quiet One when I lived in St. John. And we would have 60 people in there at 11 o'clock at night. One bartender.
Ooh, that's a lot.
This
Yeah.
guy is named Kenny. He was unbelievable. And he would be cleaning the ashtrays because it was an open air. It was 20 years ago. And he'd be cleaning ashtrays, talking to you, looking you straight in the eye. And he would take the can or bottle and he would chuck it 20 feet while he's still having the conversation with you and hit the bucket 20 times in a row without missing.
I can do that too with our trash cans.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he'd keep the perfect bar and he would rotate 60, 70 people, like keeping it
that's a lot.
rolling. He was incredible. I was just wondering if that is your MO when you're all in when you're doing that.
Yeah, you're focused. Well, you get to know your surroundings. I mean, I probably know the bar surroundings more than I know the surroundings in my own home.
Sure.
Just because I'm there all the time, and that's my workspace, that's my area. But yeah, I'll catch myself doing something like throwing something over my shoulder in the trash can or putting it here and there, and not even looking and talking, and it's just it's habit.
Right. Do you ever have anybody walk out on you and not pay?
Not often. It does happen.
Right.
I'm going to say in the 9 years that I've been at the rail, maybe twice. That doesn't happen often.
Do you think it was what we used to call it chew and screw?
A chew and screw?
Chew and screw.
Dine and dash.
Well, I've heard that term.
I've never heard of chew and screw. I love
Dine and
it.
dash. Is
Dine and
more-
dash, chew
Yeah, I
and
never
screw.
heard the chew and screw.
Down in the Reading area, I heard chew and screw a couple times.
Couple times.
That has a different meaning to me.
Chew and screw.
Well, I forgot to pay my bill before.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing because
You chewed and screwed.
I chewed and screwed.
I chewed and screwed. Okay. I was down Furnace Road and I realized I chewed and screwed.
And then you like sometimes you totally forget, like, really? I
Yeah.
didn't pay?
Yeah.
And it happens like at the Town Tavern in Lewisburg. I've done it a couple times. And I know I've been in there when the college kids come back the next morning.
This is why they're really not serving you.
Well,
Yeah, that's the big undertone
maybe it
we're
was
missing.
too much of this. But I love it when I'm in the Town Tavern and the next day you're watching kids come in from the college and their credit
Getting
cards
their
are
cards.
there.
Yep. Stacks of them.
Oh, I watched 4 or 5 within a 20-minute period. I was like, good God.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to take it.
Yeah,
Not a big deal
exactly.
taking the card. Do people get offended?
No, I don't do that where
Well,
I'm
you
at.
don't
But
have that
when
kinda-
I worked at BJ's, with Susquehanna being there, and there's a lot of college kids, you have to.
Yeah.
And then you run it, whatever.
And that's a tight bar.
And then, yeah.
That's kind of
That
tight
was a
in
smaller
there.
bar.
I think it's a great, sexy looking bar. I don't understand why they have the tapping system
Right there on the
right
bar.
in the
In the
front
middle,
there,
yeah.
where you're eating like this.
Yeah, and they put
You're,
seats there like
cradled
you're
in.
supposed to eat dinner. Or, I don't know. Yeah, I never
There's got
understood
to be room
that
back
either.
there. There's got to be something to do with the kegs. It doesn't make sense
Where
because
they're at.
Bob always has something unique going there, and I just didn't understand that part of it. But I
Right.
always loved the visual of the bar.
Yeah.
And we got to break out our new bar back here.
Yeah, yep.
We got a bar back
debut
there,
a
an older bar.
And I think that would be really, really great. I wanted to ask Amy, what's your favorite drink for yourself personally?
Manhattans.
Manhattan.
I love Manhattans.
Hey, now.
What's your
I love
bourbon of choice?
Bullet Rye.
Bullet
Rye.
There's other. I like Knob Creek Rye. I prefer ryes
Yeah.
with my Manhattans, but I can drink it straight or over ice too.
Really?
Yeah, I like.
You have to have an
bourbon a lot.
olive with that?
An olive and bourbon.
Oh, get
I'm
outta
sorry.
here.
Whoa.
What are you,
I
nuts?
told you I know nothing
What are you
about liquor.
doing?
You're going to have to carry me through this celebrity bartending thing because I know nothing about
Yeah.
liquor.
Olives go in martinis.
Martinis. That's what I meant.
Martinis, yes.
That's what I meant. Oh.
Oh.
And, well, I'll run the beer if you run the liquor.
Okay.
That's what
perfect.
we'll do.
Yes, that would.
I'll put on my baseball
we'd make a
hat and
great
I'll be
team.
off to work.
Can
It will be great.
Can I be a part of this? I mean, I don't want to
Absolutely.
invite myself anywhere, but for crying out
Absolutely.
loud, it's the least that you can do is invite me somewhere.
We'll be on both sides of your arms.
Yes.
You will have everything covered.
Okay,
All
I
right.
love
You're
it.
in on that?
I'll handle the garnish.
What's the cause? Don't we need a cause to do this?
Yeah, well,
cause.
there's
Yeah, we
plenty
need
of
a
causes,
cause.
plenty
Let's
of
do
good
something.
causes.
Okay.
Let's help people with this.
Okay.
If we're going to celebrity bartend,
All right.
Okay.
what's your cause? What's your favorite cause?
Oh, what's my favorite cause?
What's your favorite cause?
Think big.
I would think.
Let's think
what's
big.
Think Big is it's a 501c3 nonprofit that helps families battle pediatric cancer right here
wow.
in our area.
Okay.
And Rusty Rail has made a specific beer for Think Big
Yes, they
in the
did.
years past.
Oh, wow.
And they're a big supporter of it, and so am I.
Wow. Well, I think we got that covered.
Yeah, I would have to say I
What's your
am
cause?
an animal lover.
Oh, I
Yeah.
seen your dog
Yes.
online.
Rescues,
Beautiful,
adoptions. It
beautiful
would
dog.
have to be something to do with Haven to Home or some local.
Yeah, we're
the
dog
area.
rescuers.
Yeah.
There you
we
go.
got Bo,
Perfect.
man. Bo's a
Perfect.
great dog. How long have you had your dog? It's
She's 10.
10.
She was a year old when I adopted her, and she'll be 10.
just a gorgeous
A
dog.
lot of money into that dog.
Yeah,
She
dogs
took away
are
from my
expensive.
boob fund.
What's that?
So she took away from my boob fund.
No, your boob fund looks like it's just fine.
Thank you. Thank
I
That's great.
think this might be a
And we're off the
perfect
rails.
time to say goodbye. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
I
Thank
had
you
a
for
ball.
having me.
You are
Yes.
always welcome
Yeah.
here.
Thank you.
And Chad, thank you again. This is always a
Always
blast
a pleasure,
on a
Scott.
Friday.
Always a pleasure.
And it's beer time. Love you. Take care.
PennsylvaniaBeer.com and Bison Beverage of Lewisburg presents Beer Time.
This podcast was produced by Stone State Entertainment.